mechanical charge.
1 battery, 70 kilometers.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What is on average? How long does a border do a day?
They generally ride within the city center, or within Nairobi. They're generally riding from 80 kilometers to 140 kilometers.
On average?
Yes.
Daily?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with 2 batteries, you're able to charge through the whole day.
You charge one?
You charge one, and we usually, the bike comes with a home charger, so you can charge it in your house when you're at home, and then...
If you charge both, then you're good for the day?
You're good for the day.
What else we're also putting...
So a lot of the mechanical auxiliaries are being made locally. The battery compartments, the passenger footrest, the rear carriers we're starting to bring local, and a lot of the seats and the fiberglass. The only one that we're still trying to move to localization is the frame and the swing arm. Yeah. Yes, the main frame and the swing arm.
But that's the difference, Your Excellency, is we designed the bike. It's our design, our IP. It's not a bike that's made in India or China that we are importing in.
Very good.
So we'll explain.
Companies here in Kenya are getting off-the-shelf batteries, but we work a lot in design, testing, validation, and working towards actually bringing assembly locally. So right now we have just set up our lab. We want to equip it with time. I'm the battery team manager at the moment, and this is the work we do here. So like you see here, this is now, you've been talking about lithium ion. This is a lithium ion cell.
Yes.
This small thing here. And manufacturing this thing requires a lot of support, a lot of resources, a lot of capital. So we find that locally that is not very possible. So we work with partners from different parts of the world to design and manufacture, especially the cells. And it's a very, I think it's an industry that is growing quite heavily. I think China's economy is based heavily on EV batteries. I think it's the biggest battery manufacturer at the moment, and so we are trying to see how to bring this manufacturing locally. If it will take time, we know we are going to get there. So what we do here in Rome is we do the design work, do the sizing, do the mathematics, do the calculation. We know what range we need, we know what cost we need to sit within, we know how much the safety requirements that we have. And so we draft the specifications, all the requirements sent to our partners, and then they build these samples for us. They come here, we test them to cell level to ensure that we're sending out safe batteries.
So you import it complete, or you come and assemble it?
We buy it complete. We buy it looking like this, and then we come here and open up samples and test at cell level, and check that the battery management system, because these batteries are very sensitive to overuse, misuse, and things like that. So we have a battery management system that basically monitors the functionality of it. And
she told me our neighbors.
Yeah. Sorry.
She told me our neighbors are manufacturing.
Yeah.
But us we're not.
They are slightly
What are they doing? Yes.
So we've grown so much in terms of the battery technology that we've deployed. This was our first ever battery. In Rome, it was a 2.1 kilowatt hour battery, and then we switched to this one, which is a bit smarter, has tracking, because it's an expensive component. And then we switched to this one, which is now a different cell type. So you see, this one is cylindrical, and then we have this particular type, It's like flat and rectangular. So they are lighter, cheaper, and they have more range and more power. And now this is what we have deployed commercially, and this is what we're looking towards the next release. And yeah.
Can you see the passion in our
Yeah.
joined us as an intern 4
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of work that you have done, Mheshimiwa, in terms of sustainability and the national climate action, but a lot is still to be done on the renewable, especially on the transport sector, and the battery is the backbone of it. So a lot of work needs to be put in to make sure that we have alternative sources of fuel. And the battery is the one thing that makes electric vehicles very expensive. It's the most expensive component. And if you want border riders to be able to afford electric motorcycles.
It is the reason
Exactly.
why in this year's budget
Yeah.
we zero rated all the components
Exactly.
for the manufacturing.
Yes.
We zero rated all lithium associated minerals. Is the reason why we have a tax incentive on the charging, equipment.
Exactly.
We've also brought down the VAT and excise on that because we realize the importance of this sector.
Yeah.
That is why we are making policy decisions that would support exactly what you're doing.
Exactly, because we want it to not be just for the rich people. Not only rich people should be able to afford electric vehicles. There are so many benefits to these vehicles, both on the environmental. There are so many children who die every day because of pollution. So we want our passion to be able to be realized, and one way is to work towards lowering the cost of these batteries. So we're on the right track.
I didn't get your name.
My name is Lucy.
Lucy.
Yes.
Manjala.
Buy cars from all across the world, and both from Kenya and from India, from China. We bring it here part by part. This is called this is our sub-assemblies. So we take pieces like the sprockets, we mount them to the swing arm, take the suspension. This is designed by us. This is designed by us. This is just off-the-shelf parts, and then we assemble it step by step. So
You designed this.
yeah, we have designed that.
Very good.
And
Then
then
you get somebody to manufacture.
exactly. So right now this is manufactured in India. We hope to bring it here eventually. We're working with the local
For them
suppliers.
to get the tax incentives, they have to bring it like this. If they bring it as
Yes.
simple, then they pay higher tax. Because then they are taking away
Yeah.
jobs for
Oh, I
this
think-
is good for from this group. Yeah.
I think that we're. Yes, let's move over here.
Habari yako? Umejua sasa kufunga hii? Ulijifunza wapi? This is your first piece of work. And you are getting to learn a few things. Very good. Which college did you go to? Yes, my friend. Yes.
Everything starts here. Everything starts here with the frame. So this is our design. Everything here has been designed, built by Kenyan engineers, specifically for the sub-Saharan market and for it to be able to survive our various environments. So this is fully designed by us, and yes. No, at the moment we have outside partners that we're using, and then we send it out so that it comes back here. So as we move to the production line, we
I was working in Toyota Kenya.
Yes.
Then when this electrical bike comes, then I was observed here. Yes.
Okay. So you're working with this good man.
Yeah.
Very good. Good luck, guys.
So as we move, now we start adding our electronics. So the battery is the heart of, the bike, and this is more of the brains of the bike that we add in here.
Okay.
So this is our electronics, our discrete design systems.
This is the electronics that respond to all the other gadgets that...
Exactly. So it takes in the input of the driver, whether it's stepping on the brake, accelerator, all of that, puts that all over together, takes power now from the battery and delivers it to the motor for
I thought we could manufacture this locally.
That's the hardest, is that?
No. The harness we do produce locally.
Yeah?
All the other, it is a requirement.
In our regulations,
that you buy this locally.
that must be bought locally.
We produce the harnesses locally.
This one.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's just the electronics themselves, the brains, the discrete electronics that
We
Sorry. Unaunda hii kitu?
Yes, we make it. Yes.
Allah. Okay, so mmekuwa mkifanya for how long?
I've been working with the company for the last 4 years.
4 years?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm currently the production line engineer
Uh-huh.
in charge of all the technical issues in the line.
Uh-huh. Okay. Where did you go to college?
Kabete.
Kabete Polytechnic?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Do you have some of your colleagues here from other colleges?
Yes, I have a lot of my colleagues here.
Okay,
Yes.
from the Tibet?
Yes.
Ah, very good. Pongezi. Good luck.
Awesome.
Very good.
Excellence, there are 14 parts that we have presented that must be bought from Kenya. We bring the knockdown.
14 different parts.
Yes, we cannot bring that as part of the knockdown. So that's gazetted, and all the assemblers are go by those.
When did we gazette that?
That's 2019.
Okay, very good.
So this is where we start. Here we start adding the wheels. So the rear wheels come in. A few other components are added in here, but now it starts getting the life of its own, right? And then as we go down, we now add in the front forks. So the front forks are what hold now it's on its own 2 feet now, right? Now it's standing by itself.
How are you? Very good.
Welcome.
You guys are sorting this thing out.
Yes.
Okay.
She's the team lead for the production line.
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good, very good.
So at this point,
you are aware that we have 14 parts that must be manufactured locally.
Yes.
You are aware of that?
Yes.
How do you make sure that that's the case? You work with...
Yeah, we work closely with the warehouse guys.
Yes.
So that is where we confirm that the parts are locally made.
yeah.
And also we have our manufacturing guys.
You think we should increase the locally manufactured components?
Yes.
Yeah, so the plan we now have is to, because we want to promote local manufacturing of the things that our, young people like you and the others from Tibet can manufacture in other facilities, even if it's not here.
Yes.
Yeah, we should, so we are now saying from 14 different items, we want to go to 30 different items.
Yes.
So they are manufactured locally, so that progressively, in a short while, we should be able to manufacture the whole thing.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
It's
I think,
also part
I think
of
that's
our...
a good idea. What do you think?
It's a very good one.
Okay.
That's a key part of our
Yes,
design
that's
ethos.
Very
Every
good.
single component that we are designing specifically to be able to produce it in here.
So we are almost there.
We are almost there. At this point is where we start testing the wiring and the electronics. So
It's all there.
yeah, so the harness is now one of the components that we are producing here locally. Now we start testing the systems, how they are working, how all of our discrete electronics work. Is our brain working as it should be? We already have a battery in here just to make sure that everything is running as smoothly as it should.
Are you aware of what we have done in this year's budget? We have now zero rated the whole motorbike, all the components. We have also zero rated all the components. We've also removed the taxes on the battery. Yeah. We've also removed taxes on the lithium inside the battery.
Yes.
We have also removed taxes on the charging infrastructure, because this thing requires a charger. You are aware of that? Yeah. And then We have also to make, because we want to make the bike affordable, and we want to make even the passengers pay less by making the operation of all these bikes much more cheaper. That's why we've knocked down about 5 different taxes, so that because at the moment we are producing only 0.5% of e-mobility equipment in Kenya. So we want to scale that up, yeah, and make sure that people like you, more people like you, can come into these facilities, expand the capacity of this facility to hire more people, and to make sure that we are moving our country forward. Cindy?
Exactly.
Don't you think that's a good plan?
That is a good plan.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
So at this point,
Yeah.
the first finishing stages start being completed.
Mhm.
So here we start doing the cable routing, making sure that all the cables are well connected, start adding the cowling in as well. So now it's starting taking the full shape of the bike itself. Right?
Very good. Very good. Very good. See, hii karibu nimepaki kidogo. Ni kuisha inaisha. Kwa karibu na hapo. Karibu. Very good. Very good. So hii ni mzuri sana. So umesikia ile kitu nimesema. Sasa hii bike yako. Tumesikia watu wanapiga makelele huko ati kama sisi budget nini. Kwa hii budget tumetoa hii motorbike yako hii yote. Tumeondoa ushuru. Kwa sababu tunataka kuongeza wale watu wanapata kununua hizi motorbike. Na pia katika ile kuondoa ushuru yote tumeondoa is to make the bike cheaper and to also make the passengers pay less. Because if you're operating with a less cost, you can be able to charge less. Si ndio? Na si ungependa tuongeze ile watu wanafanya kazi hii ya kutengeneza hizi pikipiki? Ama unataka tu tuendelee sisi kuimport kutoka nje? Kuna watu wanasema tuendelee tu kuimport.
Hii unajua hata huwa inasaidia nini? Inasaidia hata hewa, kutengeneza hewa. Kuna na hewa inakuwa clean.
Very good. Asante. It's very interesting. These guys understand what they are doing.
For sure. So this
Yes,
is
mkubwa. Habari yako?
almost at
Sasa
the end.
karibu inaisha.
Almost kuisha.
Sasa kawaida hii ni ya petroli.
Yes.
Lakini sasa
Hii imekuwa kama frame shape. Alafu pia unaweza weka vitu zako personal.
unaweza kuweka simu nini hapo ndani.
Chupa kama maji.
Chupa ya maji na soda.
Na hiyo.
Okay. Okay, sawa. Hiyo mzuri. Asante sana. Thank you very much.
And now we go to the final stage. So here it's more like making sure kila kitu imeingiana vizuri.
Habari zenu?
Kazi za bora.
Hii kitu iko tayari sasa Sasa ina roll. Karibu inatembea.
Bado kuroli kwa pale.
Hapa ndio inawekwa battery. Unaweza kuweka battery mbili. Ukiwa na battery mbili you can do 100 and I'm told one battery can do how many kilometers? About 70, 80?
Yes.
Almost 80 hapo.
Yeah.
80, 90? So if you have 2 batteries the whole day unaweza kusukuma wera mpaka jioni. Si ndio? And then the charging takes like how many? 2 hours? 3 hours?
Yes, so if you charge from our room hubs, 3 hours. If you charge from at home, that's 5 to 6 hours. Yes.
Very good. Pongezi. Msukume kabisa.
And now we go to one that has been fully completed.
Oh, this is now ready.
Now this is our fully finished product. Everything has been quality checked, quality controlled, and now this is ready for a customer to pick it up and go.
Okay.
Yes.
Iko na battery tayari?
Iko na battery hapa tayari. It's on. The lights are really well. We even introduced very bright lights. Those border people experiencing difficulties.
Oh, yeah. Very, very bright.
Very bright. So full visibility, full accessibility. Unaweza charge nyumbani, unaweza beba charger yako hapa ndani.
Okay.
If you need to.
Na ile mnangojea customer unaweza kuweka kwa moto hapo.
Yeah. Customer akisema unajua they spend a lot of time hapo kwa stage wakingoja. So hiyo masaa yenye wanangoja ni very good time to charge the battery. Yes.
Very good. So we are good. So unaweza kupiga start hii.
It's right now as we speak. It's on.
Oh, it's on.
As is, it's live. Just for a quick demo, I can just shift it to park, and Governor, turn the throttle a little bit.
Mguu itaanza kutembea. Oh yeah. Ndio.
That's the front brake, and that's the rear brake on a Kanyaga. Just yes, it has a horn.
Oh, in your brake, eh?
Yeah, and this also the front is the brake as well.
Be careful, guys.
No, it's in park. No, it's in park.
Hanging, so it can't go.
Yes.
It's hanging.
So as you can see, it's very comfortable, very easy to use.
This one, and I'm the battery.
Oh, and then you can monitor the battery from there.
Yeah. So you can tell the range you still have.
Oh, okay.
Bike
Very good. Naweza kuanguka chini.
Now, all our tires are important.
No, this is not right.
But even for cars, I think let's get some small incentive.
Sure. It's actually been a big challenge for us as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Some of our customers there.
Exactly.
Saving a lot as compared to fuel bike. I can be able to
fuel bike kawaida
I used to spend around 400 shillings with the
kununua petrol.
Yes. So with this one I can charge it at home with less than 100 shillings. And I'm able to do my job the whole day. Yes.
Okay. Now kama unatumia karibu 100 bob kucharge.
Yes, at home.
And then unaweza
charge pale yes.
Alafu hakuna na kuservice.
Service. Actually it doesn't.
Kawaida ile kitu ya kawaida unaenda after how long unaweza.
Actually there's no putting oil, nothing.
Hakuna oil.
Only oiling chains, no plugs.
Hakuna hiyo mingine
hakuna. Yes.
So hiyo yote normally you used to buy those every 3 months, every 4 months.
Yes, that's oil, plugs. They're changing of many things, but only this one is just oiling the chain. That's all.
Karibu unasonga.
They're good to go.
Okay, it's good. So you think it's a good, it's a better idea?
Yeah, best.
Kuna habari kwamba katika hii budget kuna mambo tumefanya ndio hii kitu ikuwe cheaper. Number 1, tumeondoa VAT. Hii motorbike itakuja chini by 18%. Number 2, tumeondoa VAT kwa battery. Kununua battery yarudi chini. Number 3, tumeondoa VAT kwa parts. Hii parts yote ya kutengeneza hii nini tumeziroreka. Number 4, ile charging infrastructure pale unaenda kucharge. Pia hiyo tumeondoa ushuru yake. Alafu sasa tuko na tariff ya kucharge. Sasa hii unajua ukicharge nyumbani utalipa zaidi, lakini sasa tumesema mahali popote mahali kuna charger ya motorbike ile stima ya pale tumereduce. Unaelewa? So that badala ya kutumia shilingi 100 unaweza kutumia shilingi 60.
More than 90% of our electricity, of our energy, is already green energy. This is a unique opportunity for our country to take the lead in global climate transition in the mobility sector. Doing this and using this not only increases livelihoods of our customers, of our consumers, but there is a significant multiplier effect to industry, to creating jobs in this country. Your Excellency, the ROM Air is made right here in Kenya behind me. From our software solutions to our product design team, from our charging infrastructure to our electric boarders and buses, we strive to bring as much of the value chain as we can to Kenya. We choose to do this because it brings the most relevant product for this market, for our consumers, at the lowest cost, whilst creating jobs in our economy. Our goal at Rome is to make our vehicles efficient and affordable, and to deploy our technology and charging solutions to accelerate the uptake of e-mobility across Kenya and indeed Africa. In doing so, we want to make sure that our end users, the boda entrepreneurs, the commercial micro-entrepreneurs, save more money and take home more income. Every ROM Air motorcycle is sold with a battery, with an at-home charger that makes charging an affordable solution for our consumers, and safety is equally important to us. So with a helmet and a high visibility vest that you can see there. Your Excellency, we truly appreciate the efforts and your assistance that your government has made for the e-mobility sector. The VAT exemption goes straight to the bottom line, goes straight to our end consumers. That's a 16% reduction in the cost of purchase of a new vehicle. The concessions you've made on import duties, on taxes, on excise duties, also helps us reduce the cost of our manufacturing of the motorcycle. Specifically, the electricity tariffs have come down, as we were discussing earlier today, to 8 shillings off peak, 16 shillings peak. Makes a big difference to charging the motorcycle. 150 shillings versus 500 or 600 shillings in petrol is a massive saving to the end consumer. Thank you, Your Excellency. At this facility, we can produce more than 50,000 motorcycles per year. We're ramping up our production and delivery schedules as time goes by. At the end of this year, we would like to have thousands of bikes on the road to our end consumers, saving them between 20 to 25% every single day. We want to support our customers as well by installing public charging infrastructure. So we've got 3 public charging points at the moment, and we want to roll more of these out as we deploy more motorcycles into the market, making it easy for our consumers to charge at home or at our public charging infrastructure, or indeed anywhere they can charge a mobile phone. We aim to start in Kenya, and there's no reason why from Kenya we can't export our motorcycles and vehicles to other parts of the continent. Finally, Your Excellency, distinguished guests, there's 2 stories I'd like to tell you, with your permission. to make this very real and to tell you what we at Rome get very passionate and enthused about. Your Excellency, you met Lucy Mugala at the Battery Lab. You could see her passion for batteries. Lucy joined us as an intern about 4 years ago after a degree in mechatronics from Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. In 4 years, she's risen to head our battery technology team. Batteries are the second most passionate thing she's about. The first is her daughter, who's 4 years old today, Elodie. And what drives Lucy is the passion she has for the products that we make to deploy across the country, these mobility solutions, such that her daughter can live to see a more prosperous, a greener, and a better Kenya. Your Excellency, next, you also met one of our customers, Lillian Moyanga, over there, very nicely on her motorcycle. Lillian is a single mother of a 12-year-old boy, David Kinuthia. Lillian has been a boda driver riding across Kilimani for the past 6 years. She's one of the early adopters to an electric motorcycle. She started using the Rom Air 1 year ago. On a daily basis, she saves 320 Kenya shillings every single day, which goes towards paying her daughters, paying her sons school fees at Kenyan Primary. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, these are the things that motivate us to do what we want to do, right? This is what drives the passion we have for e-mobility across the region. Tumeshukuru sana, asanteni.
Governor Sakaja.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Waziri Davis, wabunge, makastoma wa Rome, wale wanaendesha bodaboda, Bwana asifiwe. Pia viongozi wa hapa, Philip na CFO, and the entire association, because I know it is a whole ecosystem of different players and different assemblers of electric bikes as well as electric buses. Your Excellency, leo hii tuko hapa na ni Lang'ata constituency. Na najua tuko na wabunge ambao niliwaita waje waone, kwa sababu wale ambao watafaidika ama wanafaidika na mambo haya ni wananchi wetu, mavijana wetu ambao wako mtaani, wale ambao wanaendesha mabodaboda ama masenke. Si hivyo ndo tunaziita wale madereva masenke, mavijana wetu mtaani, na pia wale ambao wanafanya kazi hii. So utanikubali tafadhali ni mwalike Jalas, kwa sababu pia ni hawa wabunge wakiwa bungeni ndo walipitisha sheria ambayo imeruhusu bei ya hizi vitu kushuka chini. Watu wamepiga kelele nyingi ati VAT tax, 16% of this has gone down. The tax ya battery imeenda chini. The excise duty imeenda chini. So nataka Jalas, kwa niaba ya wabunge wote, kwanza tunakushukuru, tumpigeni makofi akija na utatuintroduzia, utueleza wale wabunge ambao wako hapa. Lakini kabla yako pia nimeona tuko na Bishop ni leader katika assembly ya Nairobi. Just say something on behalf of all the MCAs who are not even here. Alafu Jalas.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Governor and all the guests. First of all, I'm very happy to be here. And I believe that some of these things are best when we see them. Personally, as the incoming leader of government business in Nairobi, we will look into ways of making it more affordable with the governor of the city to make sure that we are able to operate cheaply and affordably with the boda people. To the CEO and all the people who are doing this is wonderful, and we look forward to seeing this. I see you have a very nice color, but I prefer yellow color is very popular in Kenya. So I would wish that you start producing yellow motorbikes. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Karibu tena Lang'ata. This is your home. You come here most of the time because of these amazing people that work with us here in Lang'ata. Today is a big day for us, more so for the young people out here who each and every single day come out to make their daily bread out of this great company, Rome. Your Excellency, what we would like you to do is just to support the young people out here in everything that they are doing already, and also not just here in Lang'ata, but to other amazing constituencies in Nairobi. Allow me to just welcome the other members of parliament who are with us here. We have Mwafrika, karibu sana, our MP for Roysambu. We have Gakuya, our MP for Embakasi North. We have Major Donk there, is a MP for Embakasi Central. Karibu sana, na vile huyu mrembo ameomba, huyu mrembo ameomba umpange, yeye anatoka hapa Lang'ata. Hiyo loan yake yenye imebaki, mimi nitaandika tu jina yake, alafu wewe utalipa. Asante sana. Thank you so much.
Asante sana. Asante sana Jalas. Kushirikiana ni muhimu, uandike jina, mimi nitapelekea boss, yeye alipe. So utakuwa umesaidiwa na rais, na governor, na mbunge. Your Excellency, very quickly, just allow me to mention a few things that for us are truly remarkable. As a city of Nairobi, we are keen on being the first net zero city on the continent of Africa in terms of carbon emissions, in terms of air quality. This is the direction that we are going as a city. On top of the cost that you have reduced, we are going to partner with you in creating the charging stations and reducing the licenses, ile cost ya licenses ambao each station is required to pay, and the rates applicable to them. My leader is here, nitahakikisha kwa assembly, because our finance bill is now being discussed. At least tupunguze hiyo. Na hizi stations ziwe nyingi, ziwe mtaani. Kila constituency kuwe na station, ili pia hao wenye wanaendesha bike waache kuwa na what we call range anxiety. Haujui pali itafika ama kama itakatika, but unajua the next place you go, you'll be able to get a place to charge. And not just for the bikes, also for electric vehicles and for electric buses. Na kushukuru Your Excellency, a few months ago nilikuja kwako kwa mambo ya BRT ya Nairobi. Ilikuwa imekwama kidogo kwa ile serikali ya awali, mambo ya cabinet. You have done with Mheshimiwa Murkomen the cabinet memo. The issue has come to you. We've gotten money from the European Investment Bank. Ile line ya Thika Road kuanzia Ruiru ikija Kasarani all the way to the CBD inaendelea with the Europeans. Line ya Juja Road from Dandora, I think that one will also start, because this is the direction to go to as a country. Vile unajua, you're leading climate action on the continental level. I am also the vice chair of Global C40 Cities Climate Action. Nikideputize mayor wa London. Kenya lazima ikuwe number 1 kwa maneno. Kenya lazima ikuwe number 1. Na tayari in renewable energy we are leading the continent. Your Excellency, ukisikia kwamba in the last 4 months this industry has employed 4,000 people. You know, that is what we had at the briefing. Yet to produce bikes chache sana, kuna potential hapa. Our biggest problem today in Nairobi and in the country ni vijana ambao hawana kazi. It is millions of disengaged, disillusioned young people who are educated. Umesikia story ya the ones who are working here. A degree in supply chain management, yule msichana ambaye wanafanya batteries, she knows what to do, but the opportunities are not been there. These opportunities for young people will not create themselves. Lazima ipangwe. It must be worked on. And this is one of the ways that we're doing it. So we really support Your Excellency for taking the lead in creating employment for our young people, and we will do our part as a county. Finally, Your Excellency, ile ningeomba, kwa sababu najua kuna pali umetushikilia kwa aggregation and industrial parks kama county. Nafikiri tukaleta hao manufacturers wa hizi pia kwa special economic zone, such that they can benefit more. Tunaweza serve East Africa yote kwa mambo ya electric bikes na electric vehicles, such that if the cost to Philip and his team ya kuiproduce, if the cost to Moses Nderitu ambaye anafanya mabasi imeenda chini kidogo, why shouldn't Kenya supply Uganda, Tanzania, DRC and Rwanda as instead of importing them from China? The biggest portion component of this battery ni cobalt. Cobalt inatoka DRC, inapita Uganda, inapita Kenya, inaenda Mombasa, iende China. watengeneze bati alafu waturudishie hapa. I think in future, that company doing it there, why don't we invite them to come do it from here and serve the entire East African market? Hii kitu itaenda chini zaidi, watu wetu wafurahi. Kwa hayo mengi, Your Excellency, uniruhusu sasa nimwalike Waziri Davis Chirchir aseme yake alafu atakualika.
Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Kenya, the leadership of Nairobi County led by Johnson Sakaja, and the Member of Parliament and your team, Jalango. Your Excellency, tumefurahi kufika hapa leo kushuhudia na kueleza hawa wenzetu wa Roma kwamba tutafanya kazi pamoja, tusukume hii kazi mbele ili kwamba the hustler nation on our bottom-up program do get the benefit of the cost of doing business at that level. Your Excellency, you will have been briefed that running electric motorbike or using electricity to run the business will cost a third of what would otherwise cost to run using diesel. Your Excellency, I want to congratulate Roma for supporting us on what would otherwise look like a serious bottom-up program that will go a long way in supporting and putting more money on the pockets of the border rider. Your Excellency, on the energy side, I want to confirm that on the 92% energy mix, when we do charging of our motorbikes, we are charging with clean energy, what you will call green energy, not gray or blue. And therefore, on our target of 2030, basically carbon neutral, we are on course to achieve that. I want to confirm, Your Excellency, that as we work on the energy sector, we want to work with the mobility sector so that the true target of reaching 100% carbon neutral for Kenya is achieved not only on power generation, but also on the mobility. So we will work with the industry. I want to confirm, Your Excellency, that we've done our math. And if we do roll out 30%, we are working on 30% accelerated border by 2025, which will give us up to 500,000 motorbikes on the road. 500,000 motorbikes on the road, which will be about 30% of the motorbikes on the road today, will require an additional 500 megawatt power generation, which we need to start today so that that power is available to support the border riders at that percent cost, which is 30% of what you pay today. Your Excellency, as we go to the Climate Summit, Africa Climate Summit September, I'm consulting with State House so that we'll have a charging point at the State House, not only for the, and we are working on that, Your Excellency. It will be there. In fact, if we were a bit fast, we should be riding on an electric vehicle on that particular day. Your Excellency, allow me to invite you to basically talk to this great project that I did say addresses the bottom up in terms of cost saving, particularly on the tax holidays that you have provided in the finance bill, the Finance Act, sorry, in the Finance Act that addresses our people at the bottom of the pyramid. Welcome, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Rome na wananchi wenzangu wa mjambo. Basi mimi pia nimefurahi kufika hapa siku ya leo na nimekuja hapa makusudi kwa sababu ya mpango huu ambao tuko nao wa e-mobility. Nyinyi mnaelewa ya kwamba mimi kuwa rais, watu wa bodaboda walinisaidia sana. Na mimi niliwaahidi hawa watu wa bodaboda ya kwamba hii serikali tutaunda pamoja na wao. Najua wamekuwa wakingojea hii maneno yetu inafika lini. Na mimi nataka nitangaze nikiwa hapa vile nilisema wakati tulikuwa kule Embu ya kwamba biashara hii ya bodaboda ni ya muhimu. Inalisha familia nyingi katika taifa letu la Kenya. katika makadirio ya mapato, pesa karibu shilingi bilioni 1 inapatikana kila siku kutokana na biashara ya bodaboda. Kumaanisha inafikia familia nyingi kupata chakula, kusomesha watoto wao na kufanya kazi zingine ambazo zinatusaidia kama taifa. Na kwa sababu hiyo ndio tumeweka mpango maalum ya mambo ya bodaboda. Na sio bodaboda peke yake. E-mobility, magari, pikipiki, mabasi pia ambayo itakuwa inatumia stima. Na tumeweka mpango kamili kukabiliana na mambo karibu 4-5. Ya kwanza, kuhakikisha ya kwamba biashara hii ya bodaboda inafanyika katika environment ambayo inaheshimika kama biashara zile zingine zote. Nashukuru kwa mfano gavana wa Nairobi wakati alichukua usukani, kulikuwa na bodaboda karibu 3,000 zilikuwa zimefungiwa pale, akaziondoa zote, akasema kila mtu aende nyumbani na bodaboda yake. Tunataka ijulikane ya kwamba hii ni biashara kama biashara zingine. Na ndio sababu tumeweka mpango maalum katika budget yetu ili kusaidia mpango huu wa bodaboda. Nia yangu na nia ya serikali ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba kati ya shilingi bilioni 1 inapatikana kila siku. Tunataka pesa zingine ziongezeke, karibu milioni 400 kila siku iende kwa mfuko ya bodaboda. Wengi hapa mtaniuliza hiyo itafanyika namna gani? Si ndio? Nataka mnisikize kwa makini. Ya kwanza tumesema ya kwamba tunataka kutumia sekta ya bodaboda kuzalisha ajira. Kwa sasa hivi tuko na pikipiki ambazo zinatumia stima kama zile zinatengenezwa hapa, haifiki 2,000 Kenya. Tunataka sasa kupanua kutoka pikipiki kati ya around 2,000. Tunataka kufikia mwaka ujao, ile mpango tumeweka, tunataka tuwe na bodaboda kama hizi kufikia mapema mwaka ujao. In fact, by the end of next year, tunataka tuwe na pikipiki 200,000 ambazo zitakuwa zinatumia stima. Kuna kampuni tumekubaliana na wao vile pikipiki zitapatikana zinazotumia stima 200,000 kufikia mwaka ujao. Na ndio sababu tumeondoa ushuru kama sehemu 5 ili kusaidia sekta hiyo kukua. Ya kwanza tumesema VAT kwa bodaboda ambayo inatumia stima tutaondoa 16% VAT ile iko juu yake. Kumaanisha ile bei ya sasa itarudi chini by 16%. Ya pili, tumesema spare parts zote ambazo zitakuja kutumika kutengeneza bodaboda pia tunaondoa ushuru ya VAT. Ya tatu, kwa sababu ile kitu ya muhimu sana kwa hii pikipiki ni betri. Tumesema vile vile ile parts yote ambayo inatumika kutengeneza betri na hata betri yenyewe pia tunaondoa ushuru. Ndio ukitaka kutengeneza hiyo betri Kenya iko bei ya chini. ndio ukiagiza kutoka nje iko bei chini. Ya ine, tuko na equipment ya charging. Tuko na charger, tuko na pale equipment ya kununua pale charging station. Mumesikia management ya hapa, mumesikia Sakaja akisema ya kwamba pale tutatengeneza charging stations ziwe nyingi, ndio unaweza kucharge pikipiki yako ama gari yako different places. Hiyo equipment yote ya charging stations pia tumeondoa ushuru. Vile mumesikia imesemekana kutakuwa na charging stations. Ile stima ambayo mita ya kucharge bodaboda, gari, bus, hiyo stima yote tumekubaliana na watu wa huyu mungwana ndiye anasimamia mambo ya EPRA. Tumekubaliana na huyu mjamaa tuwe na bei ya chini ya hawa watu kucharge pikipiki zao na magari zao. Na ndio nimewaleta hapa, kila mtu ajue kazi yake na afuate line yake, si ndio? Kwa sababu tukifanya hiyo kazi yote, na tayari tumeweka katika finance bill ile tunangojea itoke kotini. Unajua kuna watu wengine wamekimbiza kotini ati wanapinga hiyo maneno yote. Mimi nashangaa wanataka tuwe na Kenya aina gani? Mambo matatu tukikamilisha hii, mambo matatu yatafanyika. Na mimi nataka mnisikize vizuri. Kenya hatuwezi kuendelea kuwa ni nchi ya kuagiza vitu ambazo zinaweza kutengenezwa na vijana wetu hapa Kenya. Saizi tunaagiza simiti, na simiti inaweza kutengenezwa Kenya. Tunaagiza steel, na steel tunaweza kutengeneza Kenya. Imagine tunaagiza mpaka furniture, kitanda, sijui meza, sijui kiti. Kuna watu wanaenda kutuletea kutoka sijui Ulaya, sijui kutoka China, sijui kutoka wapi, ati tunaagiza samaki. Ndio nimesema hizo vitu zote ikiwemo hii pikipiki. Hii pikipiki tumekubaliana, number 1, kuna parts 14 kwa hii pikipiki. Tayari tumesema hizo haziwezi kuagizwa tena, itakuwa inatengenezwa Kenya. Tukisonga ikifika mwaka ujao, tunataka tena kuongeza zile parts kwa hii pikipiki kutoka 14 parts mpaka 30 parts ambazo zitakuwa zinatengenezwa Kenya. Ndio tupate watu wengi kama Lilian ambaye alitoka university. Kuna mrembo mwingine nilikutana naye hapo, alitoka TVET. Alitoka TVET, saa hizi anafanya kazi hapa. Hawa vijana wengi ambao wanatoka TVET kila mwaka, njia ya kupanga ajira yao ni kuwacha kuagiza vitu zinatoka nje, zile zinaweza kutengeneza na vijana wetu hapa Kenya. Nyinyi mnataka tuendelee kuagiza vitu ambayo tunaweza kutengeneza Kenya jameni? Si ndio? Na unajua matatizo ambayo tumekuwa naye ni kwamba sisi kama viongozi hatutaki kuamua ile mambo iko ngumu, kwa sababu tunataka tu kupigiwa makofi kila wakati. Sasa ukipigiwa makofi na watu hawana kazi, itakusaidia nini? Si heri upange kazi ya hawa watu ndio wakikupigia makofi, at least wako na kitu kwa tumbo hapa nini? Sijui kama tunaelewana. So tumekubaliana ya kwamba ajira lazima tupange Kenya, na ndio nimeweka katika mpango yetu tupate ajira from manufacturing. Manufacturing kati yao ni kumanufacture hizi parts. Ile pikipiki 1,800,000, 1.8 million pikipiki ambazo tuko nayo Kenya, in the next 3 to 5 years tunataka tusibadilishe zote iwe ya kutumia stima, na tutahitaji kupitia kwa hiyo mpango peke yake tutapata ajira ya vijana zaidi ya 1,100 ambao watafanya kazi kama vile wale wanafanya kazi hapa leo in different parts ya jamhuri yetu ya Kenya. Vile vile tumekubaliana ya kwamba wakati tunapanua nafasi za ajira kupitia hii mpango ya e-mobility, na tukibadilisha, hatutakuwa tunatumia dola zetu ambazo tumepata kwa kuuza chai, kwa kuuza kahawa. Hatutakuwa tunatumia dola zetu ati kwenda kuagiza mafuta. Sasa hii itakuwa inatumia stima ambayo tuna generate hapa Olkaria, si ndio? So mambo ya kwenda kununua petroli, sijui mafuta taa, sijui kununua wapi, ama ni mafuta gani hii barabara inatumia petroli, si ndio? Badala ya kwenda kununua petroli, sisi tunatumia stima yetu ambayo tumetengeneza hapa nyumbani. Ni mnanielewa? Na ya muhimu zaidi, hapo ndio nataka mjue ni vipi nataka kuweka milioni 400 kila siku kwa mfuko ya Wakenya. Pale ulikuwa unanunua stima, ulikuwa unanunua mafuta, petroli kwa hiyo pikipiki ambayo umekuwa ukitumia ni kati ya shilingi 400 na 600. Sio ndio bei ya petroli kila siku kwa mtu ya kuendesha bodaboda biashara? Sasa kucharge battery ili utumie for a whole day, ile ungetumia shilingi 600, sasa utatumia kati ya shilingi 60 na shilingi 100 kila siku. Sasa wewe hata kwa hesabu yako, hata kama ujui hesabu sana, kama ulikuwa unatumia shilingi 600, sasa unatumia shilingi 100, faida umepata ni pesa ngapi? Si ni shilingi 500, na ni kila siku. Hiyo ni pesa imeenda kwa mfuko yenye ingekuwa inaenda kwa petroli. Ama hii hesabu mnataka tufanye namna gani? Nilikuwa naona Mungu lakini kutojua, alikuwa anauliza, nafikiri alikuwa Kitale, alikuwa anataka kwenda maandamano, alafu akasema alikuwa anasema sasa huyu hasla anatuambia ati atatuletea pikipiki inatumia stima. Sasa hii ya stima kweli, mnaona hii ya stima itaweza hata kutembea kilomita 1? Mimi nataka nimwambie huyo jamaa aulize huyu mama Lilian. Si Lilian yuko hapa na anatumia hii pikipiki ya kutumia stima, ya ananiambia Lilian akicharge na 100 anafanya biashara ya the whole day. Sasa huyo mtu ya Kitale tumepata majibu yake. Awache maandamano, angojee pikipiki ya kutumia stima. Ama namna gani? Yes. So mimi nataka tukubaliane ya kwamba this is the direction we must go. Najua itachukua muda sisi to manufacture. It may take a bit of time for us to manufacture, and that is why I really want to encourage the management of Rome that you have our support. Before, without you talking to us, we have taken the steps that we have taken. We are ready, we are willing to discuss with you even further additional interventions that the government can do to make it easier for you to produce, to make it cheaper for us to produce, What we must sort out now, which is something we are working on, is to make sure that financing is also sorted out. Bado tuko na shida pale kwa vile ya kupata hii pikipiki na kulipa. Watu wengi wanalipa karibu mara mbili bei ya pikipiki. Pikipiki ya shilingi 1150 unaenda unalipa mpaka inafika 300,000. Si ni kweli? Sasa hapo ndio tunataka tujipange. Na mimi nataka niwaambie, nimeshawaambia wizara and the peers is here wa industry, huyu anaitwa Muhwana. Nishamwambia hawa jamaa wapange. Mimi nataka serikali iweze kuingilia kati ndio tupunguze ya mambo ya financing ya kununua bodaboda na zile magari zingine, so that we can make it easier and better for citizens to own this equipment. Tunaelewana? Hiyo ndio mpango yetu. Na nimesema vile nilisema kule Embu, tarehe 1 mwezi wa 9 ambaye imebaki sasa karibu siku sijui ngapi, tutatangaza vizuri mpango yetu ya vile tutasaidiana na watu ya sekta ya bodaboda na hata e-mobility in general. And therefore, I am truly, truly happy to see what is going on in this facility. And it is because we believe as a nation that with different types of intervention, especially around tax, we can make things a lot better. The reason why this sector has been having challenges is because we've been having the wrong policy interventions around tax. And that is why you have heard me internationally talk about we need to change the financial architecture that we currently have that is not supportive of enterprises that lift the majority of people out of poverty and build the capacity of more businesses to be able to drive our progress, our prosperity, our development, and our economy. There is a solid case for a relook on our global financing architecture, even as we look at our domestic financial architecture. You can see that just by intervening in a very small way, we are able to bring down the cost of our e-mobility infrastructure by between 16 and 20%, just by adjusting taxes here and there. It is the same reason why we are saying we need a tax infrastructure globally that is going to respond to climate change, financing that we are all looking at. Your management here, they were discussing with me about carbon trading. Of course, that's the next horizon of how to tap into resources that can help support industries like the e-mobility here. And I have committed to the management, as I commit to the whole industry, that we are finalizing the carbon trading legislation. My good brother Jalash here and team, is already in Parliament. We want you to expedite so that we can have a carbon trading infrastructure that will support green industrialization, including green manufacturing of items like the ones we have here. So I am very happy this afternoon to be part of this very important intervention. As I have said, we have policy interventions in our finance bill, specifically targeting e-mobility, our boda people, specifically because they contribute almost 1 billion shillings to our economy every day. And the policy interventions that we have put in the finance bill, from zero rating all e-bikes, zero rating all our VAT on motor vehicle spare parts, removing taxes on charging equipment, removing our taxes on battery and lithium and the whole manufacturing of gadgets and instruments and facilities that will be used for e-mobility, and making sure that we have a dedicated tariff, energy tariff, to support the whole industry is part of the interventions we have put in the finance bill to support this sector and to inject between 400 and 500 million shillings every day in the pockets of the people in the border sector. So it is very important that we all walk together this journey. So mimi nimefurahi sana, sitaki kusema kuzidi hapo. Huyu mrembo anaitwa Lilian amesema hii pikipiki yake ako naye kwa loan. Na anasema kwa sababu sasa nimefika hii area nifanye kitu. Ndio? So vile nitafanya Lilian, huyu Jalasha amesema yeye ndio mwenye kuandika majina. Nani? Sasa Bwana Governor upange na hawa waheshimiwa so that we get 10 people like Lilian, so that Lilian asikue peke yake. Kubaliane na hawa waheshimiwa tupate watu 10 kama Lilian, na boss tutakuja kuchukua check kutoka kwangu. Wewe bwana mkubwa, wewe ulisema wewe ndio mtu ya pesa.
Nimeshukuru.
Yeah. So utaniambia ni pesa ngapi hizo 10, nitakuandikia check. Alafu hii Lilian sasa atakaa chonjo na wenzake. Ndio. So Lilian sasa utachunga ule jamaa. Ndio. Ulisema anaitwa nani? Nevin Kinuthia. Huyo Nevin Kinuthia sasa utakuwa na pesa ya kutosha. Si ndio? So mimi nataka niseme asante sana, na watakia heri, na watakia baraka ya Mungu, na tuko pamoja na tutasukuma nchi ya Kenya mbele pamoja. Asanteni.